Yahoo, Prof here, and I am fed up with cloth mouse pads. This is one Vaxi sent to their VIPs. It is fine. It is fine for a cloth mouse pad. But I am a person that likes hard mouse pads. And I have used a Skypad Gen 2, then a Skypad Gen 3, and right over there for months has been sitting a now Wallhack Gen 4. Ever since switching monitors here, because this one has to be on a stand while that one's on an arm, I haven't had enough desk space. So, and right now you're like, you still don't have enough desk space. Correct. I would like to point out that the new Gen 5 Wallhack, the small variant, I believe is still bigger than the Gen 2 Skypad. Yeah. This is going to be a massive sheet of glass. So first I have a monitor stand, right? Remaining desk area is not enough. So I got some, I think that's a redwood. 2x there. And it's stable. Like, that's rock solid stable. So we're going to have to finagle this monitor where it needs to go, but I haven't opened up yet? That mouse pad I keep showing. So I can't even figure out. I mean, I have a feeling it's going to be like there. If that's the case, no amount of adjustment without an arm is going to make this work. And no, I can't unless I remove this entire panel here, which would then remove all the support from the legs. If you see over there, there might be a little bit of peeking wood there. Yeah, I had to put a wood board in when I removed the supports on that side. That was like a decade ago. Yeah, so basically what I'm hoping, and I've done this before, I'm hoping I can get the boards to go straight here, straight there, and enough of it is going to support the base of the monitor. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. I'm pretty sure this mouse pad is going to be utterly massive, but the only way to find out is to crack it open, finally. So, I'm glad they're making the small. I have a feeling, though, that their limited edition ones are not going to be available in the small size. For reference, this is the small Vaxi size. And this is not even, I have that really nice, like, semi-hard soft pad that they sent for trial, where, like, I think the logos were done wrong or something. It's bigger than this. Significantly. That's the small size. This guy is 18.5 by 15 1/4. And this is small. Mouse pads I made for myself were 15 by 15. It's kind of like my smallest pad. They're kind of like my optimal size. 16 by 16, like, that'd be like the very maximum generally. But like the ones I made for myself were out of stainless steel and the C4 engine material, which is available in 16 by 16. And by doing 15, I basically had a 1/2 inch around the entire board that I could cut off when I put the material on. Made my life a lot easier. If you had made that 16 by 16, it would have been putting on a D-brand skin, which for those of you that have done that before, no, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. So, yeah, ain't no way this is fitting, I don't think. Maybe we gotta get one of the older glass pads out, or I do actually refinish one of my engine pads, but I want to get away from the soft pad. So let me get out the letter opener here. It's a stabby letter opener for those wondering. I don't know, I'd be interested for those of you that do either Skypads or Wallhack pads. Like, do they need to keep making them bigger? Like, Gen 3 was already much bigger than Gen 2. Holy fuck. I was hoping the box internally. I don't think there's any hope in hell. I gotta do a 0.5 zoom. I don't think there's any hope in hell that fits my desk right now. Oh, fucking fuck. And that's with all of my like pens and stuff off there already. I should measure the spot I have. So I have theoretically 25 by 22, but that's with the monitor not back where it's supposed to be. Let's put it that way. So theoretically, I can do this. I'll show you. So that's kind of what I imagined. See how it's just propped up. In worst case, I have plenty more boards. I can get another one to go under this corner back here. But there's really not much weight there. A lot of the weight actually goes in the center and the middle, which sadly I can't. Realistically, if I have to... Ugh, got some tape on me. I could rip these in half, or probably wouldn't rip the nice redwood boards that I grabbed. And yes, they're like, but they're all weathered. Yeah, look, nice redwood. It's the outside. So let me see here. We have 15.5 only depth wise. Theoretically, I can move that board back if I need to. By 22. Let's ask, what size is a Wallhack Gen 4 glass mouse pad? $19 by $6. Maybe we can do her. Remember, always keep yourself some redwood 2x4s. Specifically redwood. Pine's not good enough, okay? People out there are like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm joking, okay? I'm joking. So redwood is nice. You're gonna pay out your poop. That's why I still kept those. It's you know, they're nice leftovers from stuff. You guys, I don't know if you've ever seen some of those memes about oh, I've had the perfect board, I've been keeping it 10 years. Yeah, that's basically me. That's basically everybody in the Midwest. At least that's handy with everything. Wallhack. This one is called Futurefall, SOLANI and Wallhack Futurefall. Second collab. Oh, this is a like little manga. Interesting. I've seen Solani's work at anime conventions. I believe they have a booth. If I'm remembering who that is correctly. This one, I did not like most, if not all, of the Gen 4, except for the Gravity Yumi. And of course, the Gravity Yumi is the one that they had a limited number of and sold out fucking instantly. That goes for many times more than they were new. This one, I lucked out. Well, didn't luck out initially. there were so many scalpers in the initial one that they had to redo it. Basically, like, free up all the ones from scalpers and have one. I happened to be just checking my phone when that redo was happening, right? And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll get one. And I just got one. Just because I feel like if you're gonna spend the money on one of these, now if you guys are like, oh, I want a Wallhack and I don't want to wait for the specialized drops and I don't care about having a design, I don't always like every one of their ones. Like I said, I realistically on the ones that they stopped letting you submit your own design, just like Rhino Shield stopped that, probably for IP concerns. Rip the days of me being able to, you know, pay somebody on their Patreon or on, I was gonna say not like Fiverr, but basically like pay somebody to be able to use their artwork and put it on there. And even then though, often that was artwork of, you know, an IP, especially because a lot of these places are now international. Wallhack, who was Skypad, now partners with, I believe it's like a Japanese artist, and they actually have their own characters because I think they started running into people. They do soft pads now. I don't know. I feel like just about anybody can make a soft pad. Vaxy's got some interesting stuff. Check out that video of that giant ass black one that David and I took a little sneak peek at. Yeah, basically new mouse NP01S Ergo, and I was like futzing with it. And I'm like, I am sick of soft pad. Sometimes I'll get a vibe for it or something, but I'll still leave a hard pad below it. I'll just put a soft pad over top if I'm in the soft pad vibe. Like I like the Razer Gigantus. That was actually a good one, the version 1. Now on the V2, they have like the desk pad variant. That one's both the V2's all right. I would rather take a V1. If you need a desk pad though, and you want a soft pad, Razer Gigantus, in my opinion, unless you're looking for like artwork style and that sort of stuff, Razer Gigantus is the way to go if you want a desk pad. I mean, otherwise Zoe's always got great options. Vaxy's got fine options. I don't know about Wallhack soft pads. This is probably not the model from Vaxy I would get. I was given it, so I've been using it because it kind of fit the area in the meantime, right? So, bro, when you need custom packaging, because your friggin' shit's so big. I think in previous Wallhacks, and I don't know that that's changed, but on a previous video, I compared it. My mom actually has a very old glass cutting board, maybe? I don't know if it's technically a cutting board. It's like it's for the kitchen. Tempered glass, you know, with a print on the backside. And if you look at the Gen 2 Skypad, the way that is manufactured is nigh on exactly the same. Shit, you know. So if you want to see something interesting there, come and check that out. So you can kind of get a little insight on how, at least originally, he was making these. Now maybe over time, they've advanced that a little bit. But I would not be surprised if they were using the same, you know, a cutting board manufacturer. Nowadays, I don't know if you necessarily use a glass cutting board because you're definitely going to risk the weight of this thing. Right there is real good. I don't know. You guys let me know. I agree with a lot of people. I think the exposed tang, as cool as it looks, I would rather have a flat thing to put my hand on. But in this case, I'm just using it to open packages, you know. All right, so this thing's saying flip this. Ooh. Flip that. Yeah, that is not small. Futurefall. Most of, I don't know what about it was, minus the Gravity Yumi, which really didn't have much color. There was one before this one that had yellow. But otherwise, this was the only, okay, there's the Gravity Yumi, which I have Water Yumi, and I actually like the Gravity Yumi design. Maybe someday, if prices ever go off of fucking copium highs, I could pick one up. But, and then there was a yellow one right before this one. It had like yellow accents, but if you notice, it's still mostly like white, gray, black with some accents. Now with this one, like I said, because I could pick it up at MSRP and I didn't have to like, I just saw like some alerts come through on my Discord like, oh, we're having another drop, yada yada yada, and I just stayed on there and snagged it. So I didn't have, like I said, I don't have a Wallhack SP-004. You can see it here. So I was interested in it. If I'm going to get one, I want to get a limited edition one, and I will wait till one's available, or then get a plain one. Like I wonder if they're going to do special editions like this of the small size, because realistically, if I'm looking for 15 by 15, I think the small is 15 by 17, which is enough for me. This guy, I don't remember what Gemini said. It's 19 by 17. Oof. Oof. You gotta remember the 5 is even bigger. I think that's why they had to make a small. This is an improvement on the Gen 4, is they have silicone mat across the whole thing. I actually asked on my Gen 3, he only had some big pucks in every corner. Mine would flex right in the middle. If I wouldn't like push, but sometimes either I would lean forward or my hand would be on my mouse and I'd push down, or I'd push down to get up. And I had to be really careful with that because with only 4 pucks, it would flex right in the middle. And tempered glass will flex a little, and then it's going to literally explode. I'm going to have to move that board. Get a cloth there. Alright, so I had to move that board back. And, that's much too wide, too. That monitor's much, much, much too wide. Luckily, what I can do is move this other board in this way more and turn the whole thing. Did you feel ya? Yeah, I had to move your bed temporarily. I will put it back. Yeah. Hey, Granny Kitty. should have marked where this was before. This is starting to get a little precarious here, because almost all the weight is on that corner. Turn this base. Oh my god, of course it doesn't want to turn. Gotta use the leverage of the display to do the turning. Is that the way I wanted to move the base? No, I wanted to move the base the other way. Shit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, that's actually pretty fucking solid. I might still put another board. Here, let me go. Look at there, and turn her in. We're gonna have a gap, but that's way more stable. If I can get those sort of like that, and I'll just deal with the gap. Take this down. Oh jeez. Camera. Not ideal. It's a little bit wider than I would like. But damn close. 2x4s to the rescue, I tell you what. Yeah, it's a little bit wider than I would like, but basically if I pull this, I need to get it closer, right? And if I rotate this stand this way anymore, it comes off that board. Yeah, monitor arms, people. Monitor arms. That's all I'm going to tell you. Get yourself monitor arms. And I have them. These monitors actually come with monitor arms. The issue is the current desk arrangement doesn't allow for it. But, oh gosh. Okay, that's going to get interesting. I may have to, do I want to do double? Fuck me. I'm going to have to do double height. That's not high enough. I'm going to hit my hand on here. Fuck my life. That was super stable. I don't know that doing it with two is going to be anywhere near as stable, but I guess we're going to find out. You and me. Didn't clean up that cat puke yet. Lovely. Lovely. like, why do you have to raise it up even more? Well, the issue is that when my hand goes here, the mouse may clear this, but my fat fingies don't, and I actually click. If even my hand went under there, I didn't click the mouse, and that's not even on a taller mouse, I wouldn't care. The issue is I know I'm going to swipe to the upper right. That just is a thing that happens. Yeah. It's like I get it up taller. Now the question is do I get it up taller by doing two like this? That seems way less stable than building out, like putting two on top of each other. I'll get two more pieces, I guess. Fuck. It was lining up pretty good too. But if I pinch my hand under there, no bueno. How sketchy can we get? I actually have to bring it down. Not see, now I've got plenty of. God, it's so smooth. So I like it. Usually like, oh, so it's fast. Kinda not though. Kinda not. Alright, come down. Nope, doesn't have enough weight. Because this is actually made for a much older, heavier monitor. So, well, my head is in the middle of the screen. I really don't know that. God, I need to get back up in that office. Just so I can actually have my monitor arms back and have. If you guys are wondering, like, oh, why do you need monitor arms? They're not a big deal, yada yada yada. Well, it's literally, the point is literally just getting shit up off the surface. It's not even just, yes, you can get a monitor up to a reasonable height, but it's also just literally getting it off the desktop itself. Like that is the bigger thing. Now we're going to do something super sketch. Tee. Alright, so I'm going to show you even more sketch. The weight of this monitor, that's the wrong one. The weight of this monitor, not heavy enough. It actually, that giant 32-inch 10-bit ProArt is what's supposed to be in here. So I'm going to use tie wraps. I'm going to push it down and use tie wraps to hold it down. These are 50-pound tie wraps. Shouldn't be a problem. So we'll test that real quick. What I'm going through to get a glass mouse pad, I tell y'all. It's like I have the proper solutions. This just isn't where they exist. Or the space where they're going to exist in is not here. Just down a little bit more. I mean, that's stable. Pretending cats don't do some crazy shit. I should probably put some boards back here, a double of boards, and maybe under the back piece over there too. So we'll get whatever I have left, I guess. Just to, realistically, unless something leans it back, it'll be fine. And normally I would just drill. You guys have seen me drill dust before to put arms in. With this, I can't though. It's like that, I don't want to say Formica, but whatever that would be. Just say it would go well. Okay. On a more standard wood desk, I would have zero problem. Just whack my monitor with my hand. You know me. That actually really helped over there. The zip tie is only going on one side. Really did cant the monitor a hair, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it until I get a more proper solution. You can see here the gap is skinnier here than it is up there. And I think that's because I don't have this stand straight in order to work the way that we need, right? And then that's only pulling on this side. The tire wraps there. See, had to lower it. And normally, like, this is weighted for, like, you know, because it's made for those. Just like this guy over here behind there is literally the arm that came with it. You can move it up and down if you want to, like, beautifully. At least the LG Dual Ups that I have were never supposed to come on desktop stands. Teehee. And I actually got this turned in a little bit more now. Look at that. You can't tell me that's not professionale. See, that's where this comes from, guys. The prophesist. See? That's where one variation of my name comes from. I only do things not janky at all. Right? No jank involved here. Don't know what you're talking about. But look at this. What can I use now? Oh, I gotta get the wood crumbs off. That is one thing. If you guys use a glass pad, keep a microfiber close by because you will be using it. There you go. We can put my basilisk up there. We can put my razor puck right there. I want to be able to see the lead
resource sync for the most part. There are some
and click that source button. So I just need like thumb on the source button.
LTT Labs.
And then, no, mine is not set up. You're like, shouldn't that mute and unmute? Right. Volume. Also remote for volume. Right. I'm gonna put that up there. God, dude, it's so jank. I'm proud. I am proud. Now I can move this back over and nestle it right there. I'm sure that's going to affect the sound quality somewhat. But hey, look, that one's on top of my dock, and I actually have a new dock because I got a different work laptop. Turns out it needs the Thunderbolt 4 dock, not the Thunderbolt 3 dock. So, yeah. Oh my God. I got to try and click heads tonight on this. So happy to be back to a glass pad. Like I said, I personally could very easily use the new small, which is 15 by 17. 15 point something by 17. Your average mat, like that was like 15 by 17. And I wasn't even using all that because that corner was actually up on that stand previously. So we had to do the glass pad, obviously, because glass doesn't bend without its curse snapping, right? And this is surprisingly supporting it back here. Not what I would recommend doing, especially with monitors that are this expensive that come with... Oh, that one doesn't come with an arm. It will eventually be on one. Here's another pro tip, too, if you have a house. I am not even going to, once this goes up in the office, these monitors are going on arms, but the arms are not even going on the desk. I'm putting a bar on the wall, right? 8 inches above the desk. Now I'm thinking about it, I should also do one on this side of the desk to get the mic on it, because that way, like if you hit the desk, right, you won't affect the arm, because normally the other recommendation would be to get the arm on a different piece of furniture that you're not touching. You know, like often I would have a side desk over here in my office for those that have been around that long. I would actually put the arm on that desk because often when I'm streaming, I'm looking this way. I'm not touching or hitting this desk, so the arm's kind of like isolated. Another way to do it, and quite professionally, is to wall mount all that stuff, right? And the walls are sturdy. So that's actually what I'm going to be doing, is because a lot of the when I do dual monitors, like if you do dual monitor arms off of a desk, it puts this bottom monitor almost on the desk with big monitors, right? And some of you may have seen in the past, I actually double stacked horizontally these LG Dual-Ups. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be doing that anymore, but it does give me a lot more height adjustability if I mount it to the wall. Also, I have those dual knuckle arms like you saw over there, and as long as you're not trying to come out very far, the dual knuckle arms are actually better for adjustment. Well, I mean, like over on that desk, because that desk is over, it's like a 3 foot by 3 foot square, and it's mounted all the way to the back, and I only use like this slim little bit in the front, so it's got to come all the way out here, right? That's where you need those arms for that depth. But on a normal thing like this, I can use those arms to get like distance away from the wall, because generally speaking, and I'm not going to touch my monitor, but I want my monitor to be an arm's length away. Like, take your arm, put it out straight, and you should be able to touch it effectively. Or here, you can hit the bottom. So realistically, I would love to put this back maybe an inch more. With the current arrangement, not always an option. There you go. Put that back down there. I can put my knives back. See, we're being classy. It's redwood. Okay? Classy. At least I didn't use cinder blocks, okay? Okay? So, yeah, I was driving home. Actually, I was using this mouse here after I reviewed it last night. Then, used it at work all day. And I'm on a hard pad. And I'm like... And I have a smaller, it's only a 10 by 12, because I really don't use the 400 DPI at work. I use 1600 on the desktop. But I'm using that, and that's actually my original one. Thanks, Charger. His brother had extra at his job of stainless steel. And I actually think that one's probably actually the best made of all of mine. Because the other one's got really thick. I might peel off the bottom of the mouse pad and get a thinner rubber grippy mouse pad material. I ordered the same mouse pad in a larger diameter, like a 16 by 16 or whatever, right? To put on the bottom as the gripping material, kind of like you saw on the bottom here, except I just used a cloth mouse pad and then adhered it, right? Of course, it was Logitech this time. I don't think it was Corsair. But they have, depending on the size of the mouse pad you get, the thickness gets thicker. That's a different mouse pad. It's the original that was super thin, useless as a mouse pad, was amazing as a underlayment for a different mouse pad. But let's check what else is in this box here. We're going to keep this. Always keep your Skypad / Wallhack boxes. And you're like, why is that? Because where the fuck are you going to put them when they're not there? That's why. Connecting the network, we believe in performance, peripherals grounded in, consistency optimizing for seamless interface between the real you and the virtual world. Beyond equipment, that's just Wallhack garbage. I would like to show, just for the record, this is not a small mouse pad, right? Bigger, right? Also, I'm pretty sure the Vaxi, the black Vaxi that I purposely got in the smaller size is even bigger than that. And it's like that's another option I could have had, where it was a kind of like a hybrid pad. It's a soft pad top stretched over the top of a silicone backing, kind of acting as the hard pad. I can put my pens back. Will it fit? Look at that. I'm just saying. Meant to be right there. Now the question is, do I probably push them back here more, because otherwise the cats are going to try to sneak through this part, which is going to be worse for the monitors. Or do I just take these and put them here, and then the cats can go there? Because on the desk upstairs, I would be like, no cats on this desk. You can go on the side desk or the other desk, but not the gaming, not my main desk, right? However, there is only one. And even Gertrude, who has her cat bed right there, still wants to come over here. But look at that. See? It's like it's meant to be, okay? I know what you're talking about. Prof, are you just gaslighting yourself? Hey, I decided on the car ride home that I wanted to use a glass pad again. And I was going to use my new one that you guys just saw, my 4th gen. Oh, it's like just a whack ton of stickers. And lackluster microfiber, in my opinion. It's like kind of like a padded microfiber. So that's going right back in there. Oh, maybe gotta keep this guy. It's like stiff. Also, with the microfibers, don't put the thing on where you plan on rubbing, because that's not gonna, it's gonna grip up. Here. It's like felt. Yeah, like grips. No. I have a little 3M microfiber that I can't get anymore. I use for my glasses. You guys have probably seen my rant about how I've used all these things for 10 years and now they're discontinuing them. I use these little 3M ones, and I think other brands might be knocking them off because they've stopped making them. But I used to buy them in bulk, packs of 10. Microfiber cleaning cloth, just a little guy. Originally sold for glasses, then cameras, then smartphones. Same model though. Really like it. I always keep one on my desk just for my glasses, and I keep the old one from the glasses for mice and the mouse pad. And you're like, why do you use the old one? Well, because these get too schmooey to keep your glasses like perfectly minty clear. Those are still a-okay, especially with all the crap you're gonna clean off your mouse. Perfectly fine for cleaning off mice pads, etc. Oh, here. You want to see? Here. Gertrude's happy I put her bed back. She's like, yeah. By the way, she was scoffing that bed. She's like, I'm not going to use that. Why'd you put a bed there? Look at her now. There you go, Gertrude. There you go. Here, look at this. Even my new pen type C, or pen type A, sticks out just far enough to pull the pen out. You know. And my little flashlight. I'm sure I can find some room up there for you. Highly recommend this guy. This is the Streamlight Wedge. Really, it's just a well-built item. Good warranty. There you go. I can put him right there. Why do I have that? Well, my mom, this was originally hers. For some reason, it stopped. It's a magnet base for charging it. The charge circuit died, and we were out of warranty. The first time I've had issue with Army Tech. Tried swapping some other bits and bobs out. Like I have other charging ends for my other Army Techs. No dice. And I was actually using it to look under here, just you know, like basic shit. And I was grabbing it all the time because I just had it magneted here. And it'll probably stay down here eventually once I'm back upstairs. But I'm like, oh, Normally I would grab a headlamp, but sometimes you just need a little point, a little look at something. And the flashlight's a little bit nicer. And this purple one specifically, I had my eye on. You want that there and this here. So you kind of point that way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or do I want the razor puck? No, I want the razor puck close. But yep, this is gonna go into storage now by the other Skypads. Eventually, what will probably happen is one of the Skypads will go to my secondary desk that I use for work at home, and Chibi PC, who's right over here, right there. Need some Noctua upgrades. You know, maybe my Gen 3 will go to that, or if I have Gen 5. By the time I get up there, the Gen 4 will do that. But yeah, the desk situation down here will actually be this desk. That it's like a kitchen table, really. It's gonna go away. That desk will eventually be here because the bed's gonna be on that wall. So I could also have one of my nice glass pads down here, because this situation and setup's gonna change once everything shakes out. So it's kind of, we're having multiple, like right now I'm running that EC Agar EC, but realistically I have enough happy hacking keyboards to have it every setup. Used to that way back in the day with the G700 and 700S. It's like once you find a thing you like, you want to put it everywhere. Like I use the Vaxi XE as my main here, and I have the XEP2. My original XE wired is at work because I'm at my desk. Do I really need wireless? No. The Rival 3 wireless is always in there as a backup. If I need to Bluetooth to my own computer, or I need wireless to another device, right? Temporarily, I can just pop the dongle. Yeah, so the secondary setup will then get the original XE that I still have, just because that is my favorite shape. But for some reason, the MP01S Ergo, using this bad boy, I was like, I need to get a hard pad back out. And I'm like, I've had this literally sitting here 4 months. Let's check the box. Ship date July 11th. Yeah. I was like confident it was in there, yeah. So, but I really should have opened it sooner. You guys got to get on me for that. Yeah. I actually do like this art. It's coming through in person. It is, I would say, a bit more blurry than it looks on the camera. And I don't know if that's just because of the camera. It's like cutting through that layer of glass. But in person, there's a bit more like, you can probably see like the layers. Maybe that's because I'm looking at it with 2 eyes and you guys only have your 1 eye over here. Yeah. But I really like my... Check out the Water You May if you haven't seen my video on that one. The stylization there is like peak, I want to say mid to late 2000s Japanese magazine / album cover, or CD case. It's like jewel case, like mint. So hopefully we'll see in future videos. Let me know, would you guys have let that sit there that long? Kind of saw why I valued the square LG Dual Ups over that. But I don't know. Got it in my head and I'm like, I need to use a hard pad. Time to test that MP01S Ergo, SV2 Ergo. I need a hard pad. And especially after using it at work on one. Get a little bit of taste on a 10x12. Is this the design you guys would have gone at? Still, like I said, still want to try and get my hands on a Gravity Yume, because that's really the one in the Gen 4 I wanted. But that one they actually limited production on. Not saying this one wasn't limited, but nowhere near in the same way. And if you guys are Miku fans, they had, I don't want to say their Miku one was unlimited, but this sold out. The Miku one, which I think came out the previous week or weekend, still was in stock the last time I checked. So otherwise, get the Gen 5, and they got the small for those of you that don't have. Remember, that's a 2.5 by 5 foot desk. If you only got a 2 foot deep desk, I don't know if you're fitting that with your monitor. Yeah, because usually those are 2 foot by 4 foot. So, questions, comments, throw them down below. Hopefully, see you in future videos. Peace.